I did pretty well. That said, those bandits really didn't think things through, did they? They had to have known the knights would be after them the moment they entered the monastery's turf. Fine by me, though. I'm raring for some real combat experience. Any chance to grow is a good thing. Is there anything else you want to ask me, Teach? Students aren't the only ones who have something to learn from their professors. Professors can also learn from each other. If you want to, you should try trading knowledge with Professor Hanneman or Professor Manuela. The house a student belongs to is determined by where they're from, but it is possible for someone to switch to a different one. Of course, that's only if the student very strongly wants to make the change and their professor is on board with it. If you do a lot of different activities around the monastery, you'll get closer to students and they may ask you about it.
Your performance in the mock battle was exceptional, Professor. You have inspired me to follow your example and study even more diligently. Perhaps we could train together sometime. I would love to test myself against your sword skills again.
It is better if you do not approach. If you
That reminds me.
Professor, the next assignment is to drive out bandits? Sounds like some training is in order. Tell me something, Professor. When it comes to a one-on-one battle, which is better, strength or skill? I knew it! When it's all said and done, muscle always comes out on top.
Hey there, Professor. Oh, not really.
Professor, and now that after
For you to please take it.
Professor.
Professor, hey, do you know how old Captain Gerald is?
That's enough, Leone. If I don't know, how could my child know?
It's not normal to forget your own age, you know. It's kind of worrisome, actually.
By the time you're forgetting your own age, you're past the point of caring.
I guess if you put it that way, you've got a point.
I have a request.
Professor, hey, it's... I guess if you...
Good dear. Hello there. Are you named? I come.
What the?
Oh, Professor, I was just looking for my. Thank you. What is it? I'm not doing anything. Cake?
Have we met? No. Sorry. You remind me of someone I know.
Please. Professor? Our next mission is to go after a group of bandits. I'm not very confident. I'm afraid I'll just hold everyone else back. I should probably stay behind for this one, or help plan the attack instead.
So, greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Are you settled in here at the monastery yet? Make sure to have a good look around. There's much to see, like fish. You do know about the pond behind the dining hall, right? You can fish there. Give it a try.
Hey!
So...
You can't be serious. I need your help. Yay! Thanks! Thanks!
So...
You look bored. What?
You there! We will accompany you.
Hey! Oh, Professor! I'm just heading out for a mission.
Hello there.
I'm bored. Maybe I should go into town. But that would be such a hassle. Oh! Hi, Professor. I'm rather busy right now, so do make it quick. Are you sure? I thought you'd found me out for a moment there.
I was thinking, what about... Professor, you're the one taking out the bandits?
That's one way to start your career at the academy. I didn't expect they'd order us to risk our lives here. Seems a bit extreme, doesn't it?
I was thinking, the Knights of Saros are all there as a member.
Hello.
That person sure does remind me of somebody. Oh, do you need me for something? Sorry, but I'm really busy right now.
Do you know the Empire? The full explanation may be time-consuming. All right? There's Bernard. Find one. I am more talented than anyone in my class. There is...
Here's an idea. I hear the officers... and that is...
I have a favor to ask.
The cathedral. Oh, Professor. Did you come to meet?
There's something. It is the... Have you also come to offer your prayers to the... I see. It is the duty... So...
Actually...
Inside the Saint... Now that you are... Inside Saint... Now that you are... I have something to ask of you.
Greetings. Bridget has much... And you, Professor? Which do you find is worst? Too hot or... I have agreed.
Perhaps there were way too many vegetables in today's meal. The ratio of vegetables to sweets was completely skewed.
Oh, hi, Professor.
Were you just eavesdropping on me? Well, Everyone knows a plate full of sweets is far preferred to a plate full of vegetables, regardless of age. Right. I've got to find out everyone's likes and... How about you, Professor? Do you like ooh?
Would you kindly do something for me?
Do you know of their identity?
Please. You know, Professor, like, do you know...
Oh,
Deal.
Right, right.
That's so.
Hey.
Bridget, a word of advice.
Okay.
Anyway,
It's thanks he is... Wow, you're quite powerful to have beaten us in the mock battle. Such a shame you aren't leading our class.
I've heard that.
My savior, thank you.
So, well done. You have my thanks.
Lovely. Swim. How did...
I can't believe it. I'm so glad to be a student here. If only because I get to use this library. Reading books from all the regions of Fodlan. I feel almost like I'm visiting those places myself. Oh, I agree. They're brimming with the knowledge and experience of our ancestors.
Well then. Excellent. Your...
Thanks for your help.
Well...
Is that even to go...
I see. Thank you. Is there anything troubling you? Or is there, perhaps, you seem to be getting along well with the student? I can often...
Right.
you're a lifesaver.
There's more food than I can eat. Professor, Raphael, you're welcome to have some of mine.
Don't listen to him, Professor. Ignatz gets all dizzy if he doesn't eat enough.
Singing's okay, but I should really have a cute dance to go along with it. Singing...
Don't tell me. No one bothered to show you the standard procedure for lectures? I guess it's up to me to save the day. Before starting a lecture, be sure to first check on our study goals. After all, students will want to prioritize studying things that relate to their goals. It's probably easier to get good results if you instruct students based on their interests and specialties. But that doesn't mean it's pointless to teach things that don't relate to someone's goals. Not by a long shot. By overcoming their weaknesses, some students may develop an interest in new fields. A student's study goals may need to be updated based on their learnings and experiences. It's an important part of being taught to counsel students like that. How well their tutoring goes will depend on a student's motivation. It's possible that interacting with students on a regular basis will raise their motivation. Maybe. Then again, what do I know? In any case, make sure to keep an eye on how motivated everyone is. Students are encouraged to partake in various activities around the monastery. If you have students work together, it will give them a chance to interact and maybe even help them achieve better results. Have you heard about the monthly certification exams? If you want to become a certain class, you have to pass the certification exam for it. That means training up on the required skills so you can pass. Don't slack when it comes to teaching your students what they need to know to pass their certification exams.
You. It's. It's.
I think I...
Professor.
Ah, gotcha.
Let's just get through this.
Let's get started already.
We did okay.
I feel like I get it now.
Oh, yeah!
Thanks.
Battalions are deployed in battle so students can learn how to take command. Oh, that concept may be new to a loner mercenary like you, eh, Teach? Want me to explain the basics? When hiring a battalion, start by deciding who will lead them. Pay close attention to the battalion type. One may be made up of armed soldiers, while another is all mages. As for who should lead which battalion, well, be sure to think on that carefully. If you deploy a battalion, you can use their special gambit. If you successfully pull off a gambit, you may be able to affect the outcome of the battle, even if just a tiny bit. If you join forces with a nearby ally, there's a good chance that the results will be even greater.
I got this.
Let's get to it. Leave it to me.
I stand ready.
Who, me?
Who, me?
Ready anytime.
Stay focused. Ready and willing.
Saw it coming.
Strength in action.
I just worked harder. There's still a long way to go.
Naturally. Appreciated. Huh? It worked out.
Nice!
Such power dwells within.
Plenty more where that came from. Huh. Ugh.
Thanks for that.
How do you like that?
Not so fast!
I actually won! It's hard to be happy about that.
Let us be cautious.
That helps. I stand ready. Magnificent. I am still far from...
I'll celebrate later. I'm aiming high.
Much needed.
Strength in action.
Thank you.
Oh dear, maybe I was too lazy.
Huh? It worked out.
I'm really sorry.
like that. Still a delicate flower, you know. Nope. 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 Professor. Singing's Hey, Professor! What are you doing daydreaming in a place like this? It's lucky. As spacey as you are, you're always reliable in a pinch. Sure. Then what were you thinking about? It's hard to tell what's going on in that skull of yours. Your expression is always blank. Come on, smile! I was just playing around. Don't get mad. By the way, in the next battle, may I focus on logistical support? Off the battlefield, there's no use having a weakling like me in the middle of the action, and it would bring down morale if I were killed. Have you even seen me, Professor? Look at these noodly little arms! I should be cheering everyone on from the sidelines. It'll certainly improve the boys' morale, don't you think? Because even if I do, I won't be of any help. My big brother is the type of person who's supposed to be on the battlefield. For me, it's just a waste of energy. It's pointless. Everyone's cut out for something different. The right person for the right task, you know? Please, Professor. Keep me off the battlefield, and maybe I won't tell everyone you were daydreaming.
Lawrence, what's that expression about? Are you unhappy about something?
I hope you don't think I'm stupid enough to let my personal feelings affect me here.
Then don't make weird faces. Keep it together, man.
For Claude and I to work together so well is nothing short of a miracle.
You really think it's that big of a deal? Well, it all ended well, and that's the important thing. I see. It's all making
Now I see the heart of it.
I feel like I get.
I think... Huh, I'm actually...
A new path to try.
Ah, shucks. I guess I did it. So I see. If one were to combine this incantation method with the power of a crest, then in theory, it should...
Hey there. Still studying, are we? Isn't it past your bedtime?
Claude, I really don't appreciate you interrupting me right now.
But if you don't get your sleep, you're never gonna grow big and strong.
Uh-huh. The last thing I need is you fretting over me as though I'm some child. I'm only a few years younger than you, you know. Hardly worth noting. Furthermore, my grades in magic and basically every other subject are far higher than yours.
Whoa there. I'm not trying to treat you like a child, I promise. This is me treating you like a princess. Now, come along, princess. Brush your teeth and get yourself ready for bed. I could read you a story if that helps.
Ah, the audacity! Whatever it is you think you're treating me like, it's unendingly annoying.
If a child and a princess are out, what's left? Should I treat you as a noble hero? Draw your sword, Lysithea. If you wish to continue studying, you must first defeat me in battle. Come now, face me like the hero of legend that you are.
I find myself speechless in the wake of your staggering ignorance. Now, please, leave me be.
Okay, I can take a hint. But in all seriousness, you shouldn't neglect your sleep. You'll fall ill if you push yourself too hard. Oh, and just so you know, I heard a rumor that this library is haunted. It's probably not true, right? Right. Anyhow, I'm off to bed. Good night.
You know, I am suddenly rather sleepy. Excuse me while I see myself out.
No matter how she tries to hide it, she's still a young girl at heart.
sure? Thank you so much. You're always so kind to me. I'll have to repay you sometime. Lysithia? What are you doing there? Don't tell me you were listening just now and judging me getting other people to do my work for me. I've got better things to do. Although, I do wonder why everyone is always so eager to help you. I only ask for help if they offer. I don't ever pressure people. So I've noticed. That's what strikes me as odd. I suppose they're just so taken with me they want to help me out. I see. That would explain it. Oh dear, I was expecting you to argue, not to agree with me right away. There's no reason to deny what's clearly true. Everything about your outward appearance is immaculate and well thought out. Even your fingernails are always well kept and painted. No doubt your toenails are the same. I can't tell if you're complimenting me or accusing me of something. And you smell delightful, like candy. Or wait, am I catching a hint of floral? I'm so glad you noticed. It's oil extracted from a flower that only blooms at night. Floral oils, huh? I didn't think they had much use outside of homeopathy and house cleaning. I have some right here, actually. Here, I can give you a splash. There we go. I put it on your wrists, so you'll want to rub them together. Body heat is what activates the scent. Your wrists and your neck are relatively warm, so they're good spots to apply the fragrance. For a very subtle fragrance, you can also try putting it under your clothing. So, what do you think? It's lovely. Now I smell just like you, Hilda. Somehow, this makes me feel a little more mature. Thank you. So that's it. She just wants to feel more grown up. She's hard to read, that one. That smile, though. Who knew she could be so cute?